Hi everyone! How's everyone doing today? I am out for a walk. And I just thought I would pop in here because, I need, sorry for the car noise. This morning I had a group call for a program that I'm involved in. That was for 2 hours. I've worked with my VA and figured out some workflows for my podcast, because if you don't know, I have launched my new podcast last week. The new, 10 days of the fact that the only thing that is absolutely positively certain right now is uncertainty. And given what country you live in, what state you live in, what city you live in, every day has been different. And I know that can be unsettling. And I think there's like a sentiment that, I just want things to go back to normal. But here's what I'd like to throw out there for you to think about. The reality is why we're so uncomfortable right now, why we are so fearful of the uncertainty, is that this is like being thrown out of our comfort zone. And the reality is, do you really want things to go back to normal? Do you really want to have all the busyness maybe that you had in your life? Do you really want, that hustle and bustle and not being able to see your kids, not being able to spend time with your family? Because that's kind of the life we were living. And I really, really believe wholeheartedly that this is a wake-up call for all of us. It's a wake-up call for all of us to take a time out and come back to what are our values? What is it that we really do desire? Not what we think everybody wants us to be doing, but what is it we truly desire? How do we want to have our family gatherings? How do you want to show up? What kind of work do you want to be doing? Many of us get stuck in, and believe me, I was in a 9-to-5 job and a career that it was paying the bills, but it wasn't fulfilling me. And I managed to leave that job a year ago and grow into my online business 100%. And I'm so grateful because I didn't have to face wondering whether or not I should go to work or not, because my work is at my home. And my business right now is actually booming because everybody has finally figured it out that, maybe I need to have another source of income. Maybe I need to take a little bit better look at what do I financially want for myself and my family, and not rely on the fact that you're going to have your job forever and ever. A lot of us have picked that up from the old paradigms and things we were told and modeled for by our parents. So this whole concept of uncertainty and wanting to go back to normal, I really have to just say, going back to normal, first of all, would be going back. This is a great opportunity for us to move forward, to do something different, to make a shift. Don't waste this time at home. Don't waste this time out doing nothing. Write that book. Start that business. Connect with your kids. Go outside and do more things with them. Really get to know them. I mean, how often, I remember when I was a single mom with my 2 boys, and it was like we got so caught up in sports and the busyness and the homework and me working and all the things that I really wish I had more time to really just sit down and have a conversation with my kids. Now you have the time. And I've talked with several people recently, and it's like, even though we've been given this gift of time, which is one thing that we always said we wanted. Oh, if I had the time, I would go clean out the garage. If I had the time, I'd start painting. Whatever it is that we used to use time as an excuse, well, now time's not an excuse. But I've talked to a couple people recently who are still using the fact that they've got the time as an excuse for not moving forward. And the reason is because it's that fear factor. It's the fear of, what if it doesn't work? Well, I'm here to tell you that I've done some things in my life that are like, this is scary as shit. Leaving my job a year ago was a bit risky, but I embraced the fear. It's like, you know what? This just feels so right. I'm just going to do it. And in hindsight, it was the best thing. So I use fear as my motivator. I use fear as not as a stop sign, but as a means to just try something different. Because going, quote unquote, back to normal is really not what we want. Normalcy, as we knew it 2 weeks ago, was not what was healthy for us as an individual, as a family, on the earth, as our community, as globally. I really believe that we got to this point where we weren't very appreciative for the fact that we could just pick up and travel whenever we want. We kind of took a lot of things for granted. And I say we as collectively, worldwide. And energetically, because we live in a vibrational environment, in a universe, and we all impact each other. So right now, what I want to challenge you to is that you find something absolutely positively different to do in your life. Right now, just do it. Don't worry about what the outcome is, just do it. Because the fear comes from not being certain of what lies ahead. The reality is, we never know what lies ahead. Even before this virus grew and became a global pandemic, and even before we were suggested that we stay at home, we still didn't know what was going to happen the next hour. We thought we did, but we didn't. We never know. That's the thing, is we really lived in the world of uncertainty before all of this. We just didn't recognize it. So it all comes back to several key pieces as far as I see it, and that is going within. If you're not sure what to do next, take the time, be quiet, do some breath work, do some meditation, get really centered, and just do it. If you always wanted to launch an online business or grow your online business or step into the world of being a coach or signing up for a network marketing company, do it. You've got the time. You've got, at least a couple weeks. I personally believe this will go beyond a couple weeks. But you've got the time right now. Everybody, that's the beauty of this, is everybody is basically captive audience for internet right now. And thank God, I'm so appreciative every day that I turn on my computer and my internet works. Because can you imagine going through some of this without internet connection? But now would be a great time to start a business, and you have extra time right now to really devote to getting it off the ground. And then as things change, if you get to go back to your job, awesome. You've laid the foundation. You've got something to move forward from. And if you find that your job has been eliminated or reorganized or whatever's going to come, you've at least had these 2 to 3 to 4 weeks of laying the groundwork to be able to start making the money. So I really just I wish I could shout it from the rooftops because I'm just so passionate about this that to not get stuck in that fear cycle. Don't look at fear as something that is scary and ugly. Bring it along with you. Look at it as your friend. Look at it as your motivator. Because if you're not a little bit fearful of something, and I'm not talking about personal safety, I'm talking about just that, I've never done a Facebook Live, I don't think I can do it. Just do it. Just do it. Because first of all, you'll get that rush of, oh my God, I did something I didn't think I could do. And second of all, you'll find it wasn't really that scary after all. And then you'll just do it again. So whatever it might be, reach out to that coach that you wanted to reach out to and say, hey, what's going to take to work with you? Or, jump into that program that you've been looking at. Figure out what it is that you want to do in the future from the standpoint of what is the vision for your life. Not worrying about the finances, not worrying about, but if I start something now and I get my job back. You can't go there. You can't let the future make your decisions for today. Because all you have is today to make the decisions. And don't look back on, a month from now and look back and go, God, I really wish when I had that time off from work that I did start that business, that I did reach out to that coach, that I read that book I've always wanted to read, that I didn't spend more time with my kids, that I didn't clean out the garage, whatever it is. Live in today, because all we really have, whether we're in a pandemic or not, all we have is today. And we get to choose. We can choose this moment to do something, and if we don't like it, we choose something else. It really does all come back to us and our choices. And by all means, please, 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 if you have kids at home, please keep them in the conversation. Check in with them. Let them know that it's okay to feel fearful. Let them know that it's okay to feel scared. And don't let them hide how they're feeling. Let them know it's okay. You tell them, how are you feeling? And it's okay for you to be scared. My kids are older. They're 25, and it's like I'm concerned for what the future holds for them as far as jobs. And I send them my good vibrations, and I do my meditation work, and I have my ways of reaching out to them energetically. But the reality is I can't make decisions for them. And I just trust. I really, really trust. I think that's the other thing that's really keeping me moving forward, is I'm surrounded by so many wonderful women in my masterminds, I should say. And that's what keeps me going. And that's one of the reasons why the Mastermind Acceleration is going to be relaunched it will start on April 10th. And I got to tell you, if it weren't for my mastermind women and just the energy and the support and knowing I can reach out to them and collectively have that rapport, then I don't know what I would have done the last couple weeks, because my one-on-one coaches, I only have so much access to them, but the mastermind group is 24/7. So if you're looking, I'm going to put this group together. It's going to be 8 women, and it is a minimum 3-month requirement. And we're gonna meet weekly. We're gonna have 24/7 access. We're gonna have industry experts come in and help guide us. And this is for you if you really want to have that support, but maybe aren't sure. Maybe you've not had a one-on-one coach. So this is like the closest you can get to working with me one-on-one, but you're also doing it in the energy of the other women in the group. And that right there brings in a whole new vibe. And so this is for you if you really want to build that confidence, but more importantly, if you recognize that now's the time. I'm tired of fussing around with my business part-time. I'm tired of doing my side hustle, because my side hustle now needs to become my full-time hustle. And I want to really be around women that are empowering and that are making shit happen. That's what this mastermind group is for. It's called Acceleration. We're going to start April 10th. There's monthly payment programs. There's bonus one-on-one sessions with me if you pay in full, and 4-month minimum. So please reach out to me and let me know that you're ready. Let me know that you recognize change. And by the time this